Hello, Aries. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we have an Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you're ready to try something new, you know? I feel like you're somebody that is kind of always looking for an opportunity. You're always open to new things. This is a card of, perhaps taking a step in a direction that's been calling your name for a while, okay? This could be an opportunity for new growth, for new work, for new effort, for some kind of progress. An opportunity to continue to build the foundations of something, okay? It's a seed that wants to be planted. This is a card of a gift. This is a gift of an opportunity. Spirit's saying here, this thing is here for you if you want it. If you want to take this, if you want to utilize this, okay? I think you're somebody that understands the value of things. And so you're not one to let opportunities pass you by. You're not one to kind of squander the gift, that you're given. Let's put this card into a little bit of context, though, all right? Now, let's see what's happening in your week, Aries. We got a 5 of Pentacles, a 9 of Cups, wow. We have a Devil card. We have a Star card. We have a 4 of Wands. Awesome. That's excellent. That is really showing us like that we're lighting the fire and we're taking this new opportunity and we're doing something with it. We're implementing it in some way. Here we have a 10 of Wands. We have a Prince of Pentacles. We have the Adjustment card and the 6. Wow, 6 of Cups. That's beautiful. You got such good cards today. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here with tiny Bob Ross right on top. And we're not going to look at that happy little card until the very end. And we'll tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments below the video, all right? Now, as we look around the room here, we see excellent energies. Major, 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 okay? The drive, the creative drive, almost the ambition, right? This is your fuel, this is your motivation, this is your engine. We see your destiny, your trajectory is on point. We even see that you have a very good ability, a very positive, healthy ability to make discerning choices, to judge things in your life. But this card's in a weird position. This is in your fears, desires, anxieties, expectations. And I really think what it is like you have to make a choice. When you see this resource come your way, or this opportunity, or when Spirit opens this doorway, you kind of have to make the decision to value it. Right? Because that's what the Judgment card does. It weighs the value of things, right? We've got fire and fire. We've got water and water. No air. No swords cards. And we have earth and earth and earth. So why no swords cards? Well, I feel like no conflicts. I feel like there really isn't any debate. There really isn't any kind of competition. There's no comparison with other people. There's no second guessing. I feel like once you make the decision Because this is where the energy is flowing, and then it stops here because this is the challenge. To make the decision to choose to value this opportunity, and basically the adjustment card is you saying to yourself, is this opportunity worth it? Is it worth the effort that I'll have to put into it? You know? Well, what is that opportunity? Well, Ace of Pentacles, it's a gift. It's a new opportunity for material growth. It could be kind of adding another layer to your stability or your foundation. It's a seed that wants to be planted. It could be money, it could be work, it could be health, it could be something at home. But it's saying really, start small, building momentum, okay? You start small and it snowballs. It starts to get more and more and more. And this is really saying, like, just take one little step. Okay, choose one little step that you can do today and see if this is something that's going to grow into something kind of full-time. It's almost like start the side hustle and just continue to feed it a little bit, as much as you can, and see if it grows into the main hustle, right? You got to start smart, yeah. It's an investment into something. You're investing a little bit of time into something that may make you stronger, wealthier, happier. I think is this kind of, with the water energy, the 9 and the 6 of Cups, I feel like this is something that really is going to be good for you. But you have to choose what's real and what's sustainable and basically ask yourself, is this something that I want to keep doing? Is this good for me? We're asking all those questions. Maybe you're going to start jujitsu, as I have. Maybe this is, a job opportunity, or it's a new contract, or it's like a side hustle, a side business, or some additional work, or some kind of, other projects, right? It's going to grow if you feed it. Yeah. This is something that's going to improve your material world, your physical world. Slow and patient action is going to build this up into something stable and long-term. Begin building. This is the start of something, okay? And we see how it's really going to progress. Well, we've got a 5 of Pentacles too. This is worry. This is stress about resources. Sometimes this is a financial or a physical uncertainty, okay? Something seems a little bit unstable. And maybe Ace plus 5, 6 gives us that success. Maybe this is the opportunity that's going to help you to alleviate some of this stress. Stress over resources, whether it's time, effort, energy, money, or space. This could be health or wealth, right? Fitness or finances. And this is stress coming from kind of like, the bills, or it's the physical health, or it's the fact that I want to do this new thing, but where can I find the time? Is it, how do I value this enough that I'm willing to devote some of my precious resources to this new opportunity? And will this new opportunity give me a return on that investment? Okay. So I feel like this is that stress that is sort of on top of you, but this might be really the motivation. Without this, you would see this opportunity and think, I really don't need it. It's not gonna, who cares, But because there is this recognition of a need, then when this opportunity comes by, you're gonna seize it. You're gonna seize the day, right? So I feel like this is kind of like, this is motivation. Yeah. And I think that there is something in the physical that's got you a little bit stressed out. You're getting the opportunity now to stabilize this. Okay? Really, anytime we get a 5, we start looking for the 4. Well, you get a 4 here. But what you also get is the 6 of Cups. So I feel like whatever this worry is going to be remedied. Okay. If there are these kinds of worries in your life right now, I think what we need to do is we need to ground ourselves. We need to think of practical solutions. We need to ask for support if we have to, right? And we recognize that this is a temporary thing, that it is solvable. Okay. So we breathe and we realize that we're not as stuck as we might kind of feel. This is a problem that has a solution. So I feel like whatever this opportunity is that's in front of you, it's really a way for you to stabilize this and really to bring this to a level up. Okay, again, with that 5 + 1 giving us that 6 of Pentacles, yeah. And, well, you've got a 9 of Cups down here beneath the surface also, right? This is a card of happiness. This is the card of the pursuit of happiness. This is the card that's saying we need to enjoy the fruits of our labors, okay? So I feel like not only is this opportunity going to kind of alleviate the worry, the financial worries, but I feel like it's really going to bring a sense of pleasure and satisfaction and fulfillment. Something that you've been wanting is starting to become real. And this is that card. This is the wish fulfillment card, okay? So this is what you've been wanting. This is down beneath the surface in your soul. You've wanted something. Here's the opportunity for you to get it. With the 5 of Pentacles, you know that you're going to have to spend some energy, you know, to grow, to nurture whatever this seed is. Okay. The 9 of Cups is you enjoying something without apology. Yeah. Saying thank you. The gratitude that is kind of, you know, going to expand whatever this opportunity is, so that it's kind of the appreciation for that opportunity. And don't downplay your joy or your happiness or your success. Sometimes we sort of like diminish our happiness a little bit because we don't want to make other people uncomfortable. But if you're celebrating something, and if you feel happy and you feel good and you feel optimistic and you feel hopeful about something and you feel joy, don't suppress that. Don't downplay it just so other people don't get jealous or uncomfortable about it. You don't have to rub it in people's faces, you know. But maybe seeing your joy is going to inspire them to take advantage of opportunities in their life. Okay. Your body needs a little bit of the good stuff too. Your body needs to ease into pleasure and to relax a little bit. Especially with this 10 of Wands that we have. I think that there has been a lot of stress and a lot of really busy sort of expectations, a lot of heavy responsibilities on you. This is you breathing in all the good stuff, okay? I think you've earned this opportunity or whatever that ace is, that gift, okay? You've earned it. It's not charity, and you're going to have to work hard to implement it or to expand it or to grow that seed, but it's like we're feeling really blessed to get that seed, okay? And I think that this is you experiencing that fulfillment, letting yourself acknowledge and really truly believe that this is real. And this is something you've been wanting for a long time. I feel like this is superabundance. It's abundance on the physical, financial, mental, emotional, and spiritual creative planes. Whatever this opportunity is, whatever you're about to begin, is going to fix the physical problem, and it's also going to make you feel very happy and very satisfied. It's going to bring you even more of what you've been wanting in your life. Okay? Now, the Devil card in the background. Sometimes the devil is our chains, you know? And I wonder if there is something that's sort of still lingering in your life. There's some sort of attachment, some sort of pattern that you're still repeating. Because this is in the past position, right? So it's something that's still lingering in your life. And maybe it's really like, I don't know, maybe you need to be really honest about what you want. It's not the desire that's the problem, but it's kind of like, it's kind of like admitting to ourselves what we want and why we want it, you know. I feel like you're kind of like you're hooked by something. You're emotionally drawn in by something. You feel pulled, yeah. I think that's like the engine of the car. You feel this motivation. This is, you know, this is your drive. What drives you? What makes you want to work hard? What makes you want to get out there and seize opportunities? It's your power, okay? And this is ambition, this is endurance, this is perseverance, okay? So we have to be really honest with ourselves and say, this is what I want, because if once we're honest about what we want, we're going to work really, really hard to get it. Because where there's no guilt, there's no shame, there's no apprehension, there's no swords cards, right? So I feel like you're somebody that really knows what they desire out of life, and they're not afraid to go and get it. You're driven, you know? And I think that maybe there was a time where either you didn't know or you didn't really want to admit what it is, or you felt there was some kind of a blockage there, right? About just letting that energy flow through you. Letting yourself be ambitious. Letting yourself desire a certain kind of life or a certain outcome, you know. So this is that engine of the car. It's driving you up this mountain. Driving you toward your destiny. Yeah, it's a creative drive, it's a pleasure drive, it's a sovereign drive, also called the aggressive drive. And if those three drives are working together, well, then I think we're really making magic, you know. And so it may be that you have one or the other of these drives, but not really sure how to integrate the others. Yeah. So I feel that it's a good alignment that you have now, because I feel like you have this very assertive energy to you, especially with our fire, right? I feel like you have you have the pleasure drive. There's something that you desire, something that you want, you know. And I think you have that generative drive too, like you have an interest in doing something for the world, you know, by fulfilling your role, your larger role in the world. That's the star card that we have up here. So I think you really have this configuration right now where you're going to make a significant amount of progress. Now the star is all about connecting, right? Renewing our connection with spirit, spiritual guidance, okay? And I think that this is you with a very strong connection. You're somebody who's very connected with your authentic self. And I think that you probably do tarot cards or some sort of divination of your own. You probably experience a lot of synchronicity in your life, a lot of visions, a lot of prophetic dreams even, okay? This is that authentic self speaking to you, and you're trusting it. This is pointing you toward your North Star, telling you what it is that you have to go through to get the life you want, to get the life that you deserve, the life that you're destined for. This is also a card that's saying you probably like to sleep, right? I think that you sleep very well at night. I don't know how many hours you sleep, but I think it's very sound sleeping, yeah? You drink a lot of water. I think you like to be outside. I think that you are very in touch with your body as well. Like you understand when your body's out of balance. Yeah, and you do a lot of work to kind of restore that balance. Probably meditation too, because I feel like your nervous system is very well balanced and well regulated. Okay. You appreciate the small joys of life. Yeah. Those little things that you experience that really remind you that you're alive and remind you that you're connected with the universe. You know, they give us that sense of aliveness. Your inner peace is very important to you as well. I bet. Yeah. And I think that you treat yourself kindly. I don't know that other people always treated you kindly, but you are kind to yourself. Okay? And I think that you experienced something significant in the past that wasn't very kind. And now it's a priority for you to be kind to yourself. Okay? This is you focused on healing. This is you not rushing through life. This is you trusting, having faith and hope in your destiny, in yourself, in spirit, and even in the universe as a whole, even if particular units of that universe might not deserve your trust, might not be what we'd call good people, right? You're choosing to have faith in the universe, of which you're a part, of which you are a significant part. Okay? So I feel like you have you're a hopeful person. I feel like you're very optimistic. Yeah. Now, in the future position, we have a 4 of Wands. And what this says to me is completion, celebration, stability. This is good news in the very near future. If you start this path, now I say this is a gift of an opportunity. This is a gift of a doorway. Spirit's given you a ticket to ride, you know. And I don't just mean that you're going to be sitting around at home and you're suddenly going to get an owl throwing an envelope through your mail slot. I mean, you're going to see. You have to engage. You have to pay attention. You have to see the opportunity that's in front of you and say, I'm going to do this. And it may be a weird synchronicity where somebody says something and somebody else says something, and then suddenly you're like, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should say yeah, you know. I just feel like it's going to just come about kind of randomly. But you have to pay attention and recognize this, and you have to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to start. I'm going to do this. Let's go ahead and do our jujitsu lessons, you know. My wife and I had that experience not too long ago. I'm pretty sure I told you, but a couple of Mondays ago, we agreed to start taking jujitsu lessons at the same place our daughter takes her lessons. She's been going there for 2 years with us. Or we've been going with her, really. And we finally decided to start taking lessons of our own. And so I feel like this is you saying yes to something that you know is going to make you happy. You know is going to help you, whether this is a new sport, a new exercise thing, or whether it's a business deal or like a side hustle or whatever it is. I feel like you know it's going to make your life better. And you know that you're going to have to work hard and put in the work, okay? But it's going to make you happy. Now the 4 is really this kind of good news or this stability that comes because of this opportunity. If you take this, if you say yes to this, if you start now, very soon you will be celebrating your first sort of milestone, your first win. It's working. You know, whatever this was, if it's a business thing, you're earning money. So it's working. You know, it's paying the bills. It's bringing you that sense of stability. Okay? This is you celebrating that progress. We're not trying to rush on to the next task. We're kind of celebrating the win. We're celebrating the milestone. Okay? You're making progress. This is also the card that's saying, like, going forward, you need to pay attention to your environment. You need to clean or something or reorganize something. You need to sort of, this is to me always because of the Venus and Aries, this is a redecorate card. You're going to be redecorating. Maybe this is something that at first needs to be torn down, and then this is you kind of building it back up. So it may be a renovation of some sort, maybe physical, maybe, you know, body kind of thing. And it may be like your home, your environment, you know, your office space, you know, your desk or something like this. Cleaning and reorganizing and sort of redecorating that. Yeah. There's also this stability in your relationships. I feel like you have a nice support system around you. Friends, family, community support, okay? You're going to be saying yes to things. And you're going to be more motivated to say yes to things. This isn't something that you do once and then you just say no to it, because you do it once, it works, I'll do it again, you know? I feel like this is you realizing and having the experience of your life being a little bit more secure than it has been. I like this. I think this is good. Enjoy this, because this is kind of like the nourishment that's going to continue to fuel this, this new path that you're stepping out on. So let yourself feel proud. You're building something that really does fit you. Okay? And I feel like this is going to be kind of like, almost like upgrade in it, because I'm kind of getting that redecorate feeling, right? It's kind of like you say yes to something, you do it once, and you say, hey, yeah, this is working. There's something here. So then you're going to go and you're going to maybe you're going to get the right outfit. You're going to get the right tool, You're going to sort of invest a little bit of money and get what you need. This is like, okay, I'm going to go try jujitsu once. I like it. I think I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go buy a nice gi to wear. And by the way, it's casual day on Dove and Serpent Tarot, so I really hope you're in your jammies. But this is kind of, this is now realizing that this is something that's going to be ongoing. So we want to kind of upgrade our tools or whatever we use, right? So there's, you're building something that's really, really going to stick with you. Yeah, and I like it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. These readings are totally free. Let me know which card on the path of the dove resonates with you the most. Yeah. So here we have a 10 of Wands. This is overwork. This is like burden. This is stress. This is a burnout warning. It's saying don't push yourself too hard. You've taken on a lot already. And if we're going to make room for that new thing you want to do, you're going to have to kick something off your plate. Okay? You got to redistribute the load. Okay? Maybe ask for support, maybe delegate, maybe postpone something and say, okay, if I want to start doing jujitsu, it means I got to rearrange my day a little bit. We can't just keep adding things to our plate. So drop anything that's like not super important right now, because you're trying to make room for that good thing that really is going to work. If it's the side hustle, that seems like making a few extra dollars on the weekends is really high priority. So maybe a couple other things that you've been doing, you can say, oh, I'm going to put those on hold. I don't have to quit them. I can put them on hold, right? Postpone them. Maybe I can reschedule something. I can do those things tomorrow so I can do jujitsu today, something like that. So drop anything that's not super important. Streamline your systems. I think you're somebody that tries to work smarter, not harder, but you're still going at level 10. I feel like you're somebody, because this is your general energy, okay? I feel like you understand what burnout is, right? And you understand how to get as close as possible without going over the edge. So you understand streamlining. You understand simplifying your life and streamlining those systems that you sort of have for yourself. So I kind of feel like every hour of your day is pretty scheduled, I feel like at the end of the day, you don't go to sleep thinking, wow, I really only gave like 80% today. I could have done more, I feel like your days are pretty full. Now I don't know that you have them exactly like scheduled, like an itinerary, but I feel like you don't leave a lot of time or energy on the table that, doesn't get put to good use. That's what I mean, okay? But you understand, right, that your worth is not the same as your productivity. And that when you rest, it doesn't mean you're weak. So it's okay to go to 80% and go to bed at night thinking, wow, like I didn't really do that much today. I only did half the things that I could have done. Well, that's good sometimes. You don't always have to be burning the candle at both ends. You don't always have to be going pedal to the metal, getting the car up to the red line, the engine of the car, right? Up to the red line. Sometimes we gotta give the goat a break and give it some nourishment and let it get some rest, As you're climbing up this mountain, I think you understand that, dialing it back a little bit here and there is going to help you to keep that fire burning bright. We don't want the fire to go out. We don't want it to burn out, right? So we understand how to taper off a little bit, how to ease down, Ripley, so that you continue to have a consistent motivation, a consistent energy level, a strength, a vitality, health. Okay, big part of that is your health. Yeah. Okay, so you also have your Prince of Pentacles in the environment here. This is the builder. This is you out there in the world, showing up every day, doing the work that you're meant to do. And this is very consistent. And we want this kind of diligence and follow through, and we want this reliability. You know, this is a week for you to just work the plan. Choose that one thing and stick with it. Go slow, go steady, trust the pace, you know, and develop it into a routine, incorporate it into your system. This is let's say this is the fours are like the daily routine, okay? Incorporate this into your daily system, okay? And you don't have to rush. You don't have to try to cram it all in. Just say, I'm going to do jujitsu just one day a week for now. You don't have to overcommit. You know, say, I'll do it once, see how I like it. You do it once, you like it. So then you're going to buy the outfit. And then you're going to sign up and, you know, get the membership. And then you're still going to do it maybe once a week. And then maybe you're going to say, well, you know what? I think I can make more progress. Maybe I'll go to twice a week. And then you're going to do that. But it's going to be slow, gradual. It's going to compound. Okay, it's going to build up. And maybe this is the side hustle. Maybe it's the I don't know, maybe you start playing the drums or something. I hope that's what it is. But focus on doing the next thing the right way. Don't worry about the long term, the whole journey. No, just say, I'm going to go on Monday, do my jiu-jitsu, and I'm going to do the best I can, and I'm going to see how it fits into my life, you know. Or it's that side hustle. And you're saying, I'm going to do what I can to grow this thing. I don't have to worry about the long term. Don't get distracted by any kind of urgency right now. Your commitment is your strength, and I think it's committing really to what we're not overcommitting anyway. That's the idea, right? So we're saying I'm going to do this for a certain amount of time, or I'm going to go and take one class and see how I like it, and then it'll roll from there. Okay? Because when you say you're going to do something, you do it. It's your reliability. It's your commitment. It's your word. Yeah. And so I think that you're going to continue to build this into something extraordinary. I think at first it gives you a little taste of the win, and I think you're going to continue to do it more. This is a card of discipline, and it really is like a devotion to your future self that's allowing you to stay steady and know, okay, this is good for me. I need to incorporate this into my life in some way. Okay, and it's going to be a blessing, whether it's for money or for health, whether it's literally like you're, I don't know, renovating the kitchen. I don't know what it is. Okay, but I do know that we have a Libra card here, and I do know that we have this adjustment energy, and this is in the position of your fears, worries, concerns, and it's literally the card of higher wisdom and discernment. And in a way, the first thing, right, just popped in my head. What it's saying is that you're going to have to choose this path every day. Okay? Every day you're going to have to wake up and say, am I doing this today? Do I still value this thing? Okay? In other words, it'll be probably easy for this thing to get squeezed out because you're already so busy. And this is a new thing that's starting small. It's going to be easy to say, it's just a small thing. Maybe I just need to push. I can't do it today. Every day you're going to have to wake up. You're going to have to choose this. This is your integrity. This is your decision. This is karma. You know that every decision you make, every thought, word, and deed right now in this present moment is creating your future self and your future life. Okay? You got to make the choice that is honest. You got to make the choice that honors your future self, not just the choice that's convenient. Okay? So this is you seeing that Ace of Pentacles and every day waking up and choosing it. Okay, choosing it. Because you're aligning your life with your actual values. There's no excuses being made. There's no, I don't have the time, I'm too busy, right? That was my excuse with jiu-jitsu for a long time. I was always, I'm too busy. Because I wasn't being honest about my values. I value my health, I value my longevity, I value the good example it's going to be for my daughter when she sees me taking the same classes and doing the same moves that she's doing. Choosing my values over choosing what is convenient. It's way more convenient for me to just sit on the bench and not do it. And just, I'm doing channel work and answering comments and stuff, and which I also value, because she'd go to jiu-jitsu, she'd be on the mat, I'd be on the laptop doing work for the channel, right? And that's very valuable and very important work. But it was also an excuse for me to not do jiu-jitsu, because I do a 45-minute jiu-jitsu class and then I can do the channel work. What's the big issue, So I was using it as an excuse. This card is about you doing the honest thing. Aligning your life with your actual values, not just about this Ace of Pentacles, but everything in life. See, all these cards are connected, but they all stand by themselves too. Tarot is trying to teach you how to be a better magician. In other words, how to create the life you want, how to be the person you want and create the life you want. And to do that, you have to be honest about your choices. You have to make choices that are aligned with your true values in this universe. Okay? Kind of is suggesting to me that maybe that Ace of Pentacles is something that you've always kind of wanted to do, and maybe it's just like you've been putting it off. It's time to choose it. It's time to value it. This is higher wisdom and discernment. For me, it was like, okay, doing work on the channel and doing jiu-jitsu. Which one weighs more, right? Maybe it's, maybe they're equal. Maybe both are equally important to me. Well, then what do you do? Okay. And in my case, it was really a matter of, why am I assuming I have to choose between the two? I can do both. I can't do them at the same time. I can't be on the mat rolling around doing duck walks, typing on the computer. That would be weird. But there's no reason why I had to choose one over the other. And so that's where our honesty really comes in. Okay? We may be looking at things as being either or if I choose this, it means I'm not valuing the other thing. No. Well, what if I choose to do work on the laptop? Does that mean I don't value, I don't value my health or the example that I set, with my daughter? So I think the realization is that we can value both. We don't have to choose between them, but we have to find a way to say yes to those things that we do value, even if it means rearranging other things. Again, I do the jiu-jitsu class, and then I just do the channel work afterwards. It's really no big deal. It's just scooching things down a little bit. So there's really no valid excuse not to do it, But we've got to have that sort of conversation with ourselves, Finally, you have a 6 of Cups here, and this is pleasure. This is comfort, kindness. This is an emotional warmth. It feels good, right? It's something that brings you joy. Yeah. It's letting yourself feel the joy of this path. This is the pleasure that it just feels easy. Okay? It feels pure, and it feels like it's yours, Allow yourself to connect with something that feels really good to you. And it may be that side hustle. And it may feel good to say, I'm doing it. And maybe I'm doing it a little bit, and maybe it's still very small, but I'm doing it, I feel like there's that fulfillment, there's just that harmony, that resonance, It just makes you feel like you're getting hugged, It just makes your solar plexus just feel really, really warm. And I think that with that kind of a feeling about it, things are going to grow. Things are going to get bigger. It's going to you're nourishing this path. Okay. It's also saying that there might be a lot of fond memories returning to you. Yeah. Maybe you're going to reach out to somebody that you haven't connected with in a while. Consider reaching out to an old friend or something, yeah. This is a very natural and free-flowing energy. There's no performance here. It's authenticity, okay? And this is genuine affection. I think that whatever this new opportunity is, I think it's going to have a wide-reaching, far-reaching effect on your life. There may be, for some of you, a past relationship that is, or memories of a past relationship that might be surfacing for you. Okay, and I don't know if that is somebody's reaching out, or if you come across some old photographs or something like this. But I feel that it's gonna. I feel like whatever this new thing is, it's stirring up some memories. Okay, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's a good thing. I feel like there's something that you're reconnecting with from the past, and it may be this Ace of Pentacles opportunity. It may be something that you did once and then you had to give it up. Maybe something that you've always wanted to do, but you never allowed yourself to do it. Maybe something that you kind of always were making excuses not to do. But now you're doing it, and I think it really is nourishing to your soul. Yeah. Mystery card. Maybe this will be the Emperor. Maybe it'll be the Empress. Maybe it'll be the Wheel of Fortune. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see. Another 10 of Wands. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you can't carry two full loads at the same time. You know what I mean? You're already working full-time. You can't work full-time again. You can't have two full-time jobs. That's too much. Maybe that's kind of how you roll. Maybe you're saying, look, I've got a full-time job already. I'm going to start this Ace of Pentacles thing, and then that's going to become a full-time job, and then I've got two full-time jobs. I kind of feel like one has to slowly replace the other. Okay? I feel like, this kind of just popped into my head too. I feel like you might be slowly pulling energy away from something else and giving it to something new. So you're easing yourself into your side hustle full time. So it's kind of like you're willing to work 12 hours a day, okay, let's just say. Or let's say 10 hours a day, just for the sake of simplicity. You're willing to work 10 hours a day. You want to start the side hustle. So you're putting 1 hour a day into that, which means you're taking 1 hour away from your current job. Now you're only working 9 hours over here. As this continues, you're going to give more and more of your time to the new thing and less time to the old thing, okay? And so basically, I feel like very soon you will find yourself doing the bare minimum that you need to at the old thing, right? Bare minimum, don't get fired, just whatever, the least amount you got to do to keep your job. Because then you're going to start devoting everything else to the new thing until the new thing is your full-time thing, your full gig, right? And I feel like if that is, if that could be part of this financial thing or the physical thing that we're talking about. Now, if this is something like, jujitsu or playing guitar or something like that, it might be, eclipsing some other kind of activity. I don't think you're going to quit your job and then just do jujitsu full time, maybe. If it becomes your side hustle, becomes a source of income, then maybe, yeah. But you understand that sort of like pulling time away from something else and giving more and more time to this new thing that you're doing. And I feel like it's going to be very good for you. I feel like it is something that is true and real and honest and authentic. I feel like it really is going to make you happy. Now, we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, we'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Aries on Wednesdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you are watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.